Hello, darlings. I am Cassandra. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming. For those of you who are new to my channel, child, let me introduce you to the Jungle Beauty Goddesses. These are life-size fabric sculpture dolls sitting behind me. I created these dolls myself, but that is not what I'm here to talk to you about today. No way. I'm in a crazy mood. Okay. If you feel like your life is stuck, or you're wondering like, where's your money? Where's your husband? Why you don't have the job that you want? Like, you just looking at your life and you just doing an evaluation and you're thinking to yourself, why am I here? Like, God, where's my stuff? If that's what you're thinking, go make you some tea. I got some tea. Get you some wine or coffee or whatever you do, because that is what this video is going to be about today. I'm going to share with you what I've learned about myself. It's going to be a chatty video. It's going to be all over the place. It has no order, no direction. Well, it does have some direction. You're going to have to keep up, okay? So I'm just going to, give you a second and go make yourself a nice hot cup of tea. We're going to do some girl chat, okay? I don't even know where to start. See, I don't know where to start. But the first thing I'm going to tell you to do is, when you get a chance, make sure you get your birth natal chart, okay? You're going to need the time that you were born, the city you were born in, and look at about 3 different sites. And I'm going to put the link in my description box, because times are different. You don't need a professional astrologer to go through your birth chart and tell you what's going on. People now with the internet, which is a wonderful thing, by the way, you can read your birth chart, and I promise you it would tell you why you are exactly where you are today, why you have repeated your patterns, what's wrong with you, all in a nutshell. You go get those natal charts. You don't need a therapist. Oh, I don't want to say that, because listen, you might need a therapist. I don't want to give anybody bad advice. I'm just going to say, study your natal chart, your birth chart. Look at your signs. Read all of the narratives. They're usually about a good 30 pages long. Read 3 different reports. Maybe you might need some wine, or you might need some tea or something. But I promise you, you read this information and take it in, and it's going to change your life. But I want to tell you about my experience, okay? So, I am a proud Capricorn. All my life I've been told I'm a Capricorn. At least that's what I thought, And I'm a goat. Like, hey, we're ambitious. We know how to go and get things. I have like 2 masters, ABD in sociology, doctor in psychology. I'm just out here doing it in the streets. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be ghetto too, by the way, because I don't want to bite my tongue. So I know how to set goals. I know how to put my blinders on. I know how to go get my degrees, organize myself. But they say Capricorns are very corporate America, bankers, administrators, deans. And I'm just like, oh wait, they said there's no sign that follows rules like a Capricorn. I'm like, oh wait a minute, y'all. So I'll read my charts, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna take everything in. I'm thinking to myself, I'm not a rule, I'm a rule breaker. I don't follow rules. I'm rebellious. You know what I'm saying? I am eccentric. I like to dress the way I want to dress. I am, when I read my chart, my astrology chart for Capricorn, I can't relate to all of it. I mean, I just look at it and I'm thinking like, yeah, I'm a goat in the way, like I'm going to go after my dreams and I'm organizing. But a lot of my chart, I just feel like, who am I? Did my mother get my date mixed up? Like, maybe she's under a lot of duress. Maybe my mother was stressed out. Maybe my birth certificate is wrong. Maybe who knows? Because I am not really following everything for Capricorn. You know what I'm saying? So I've been trying not, you know, I've been learning tarot. If you've been watching my channel, I do oracle, right? Because I like oracles because I feel like you don't have to worry about getting the death card, or you don't have to worry, or the tower card, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, you know, so I always loved oracle cards because I feel like they're more positive and, you know, and fluffy and wonderful. And but anyway, for some reason, just recently, I was like, no, I want to learn tarot. I want to learn tarot because I'm a person who wants to be fully immersed into anything that I choose to participate in. Like, I don't want to half do it. And if I don't want to do tarot cards, fine, but I do want to learn about them. So I'm just learning about all the different tarot cards, and people would say stuff like, this is for, you know, Pisces, this is for Libra, Cancer. I'm just like, how would you know that? Like, you know, so I'm hearing all of these different signs that's attached to the tarot deck, and I decide that, you know, that I want to see, like, what else am I, because I'm watching people read tarot, because I'm looking at channels, you know, YouTube channels, trying to learn, you know, about the tarot cards, right? So when I'm watching people do these readings, people are saying, like, you know, I'm a Capricorn this and a such and such rising and a blah blah moon. I'm like, what is that? Like, what do you mean you're this moon and this ascended and this rising? Like, but I kept hearing it, and I said, you know, just out of curiosity, I thought to myself, you know what, I want to know, like, I want to know what this stuff is. Like, what am I rising? What's my moon? You know what I'm saying? So, child, I go, and one person was actually doing a reading, and she said that if you want more details about, matter of fact, I was just watching a tarot reading, and she said, if you want more information about your birth chart, you know, I have a link in my description. I'm just like, cool. So I put my information in, time I was born. You're going to need the time you were born, by the way. And I find out I am a Sagittarius rising. There's that fire, child. Okay. And then they're talking about different people who are Sagittarius rising. Like, these are like some of the characteristics, like the loud laugh. Anybody who knows me personally know I have a loud laugh, big thighs, big butt, big person, philosopher, preacher, teacher. Like, you're the kind of person that get on people's nerve because you talk down to them, you preach to them, because it's just who you are. You're like the philosopher, and very like expansive mind, want to learn as much as you can. Usually a person who has like this ascendant, the Sagittarius ascendant, a lot of times they have like a lot of degrees. I'm like, whoa, wait, whoa. And guess what else, child? I'm just like, what do you mean? They're eccentric. I'm like, what? I'm like, I found my peeps. Child. I found my peeps. I got my goat, you know, who get everything organized, and we gonna get everything planned out, and we going up that mountain, we making it happen, right? And now I found out this. Now I can relate to my rising Sagittarius, or my Sagittarius ascendant, or whatever. And I am just like, I just found this out like 4 days ago, by the way. And now I know who I am. It's like, okay, now the world makes sense to me. Like, just standing out for people, like like everything about myself I see in my Sagittarius rising, right? And I see how I organize and go after things with tenacity. That's my goal. And I'm like, okay, according to my sign, you know, I'm supposed to be like paid in the shade. I'm supposed to be rich, right? And I'm just like, Capricorns are just really like good with money and attracting money, bringing money. I'm like, bam, you know, my Sagittarius rising, and it's like, it's ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is the planet of expansion, of wealth, of prosperity, and luck. I'm like, okay, God, where is my cash? You know what I mean? Where's my stuff? Where's like, yeah. So anyway, you know, I'm going through my little birth chart, and I get to like the moon sign. I'm like, what? I'm a Cancer, child. I am a moon in Cancer, or Cancer moon. And I'm like, no, I ain't into this. All these emotions and security and commitment and, all this whining, and I need security and I need love. And very creative, very intuitive, all of these, mushy things that I'm just like, child, get out of here. So I'm reading about this moon in Cancer and just how sensitive this part of myself, like, I guess people do tell me I'm sensitive, and I always argue with them like I'm not sensitive. But the thing is, she needs security. Like the moon, she needs security. She needs a commitment. She needs a home life. She needs somebody to love, somebody to protect, right? And I'm thinking like, no, because my centaur, like the Sagittarius is the half horse, half woman. I'm gonna call it a woman, baby. With the arrow and my goat, child, we put that bitch in the basement. We did. I call her my Cancer moon, baby. My Cancer moon girl. We was like, girl, get out of here. What you talking about? You want some damn, you need love and emotion and you, what? No, we ain't got to, we'll get you another book. I'll get you a book. So my goat and my centaur, we took my Cancer moon girl, we locked her in the basement. Okay. We chained her up because we was like, girl, no. And every time she would cry, we said, look, I got you. I'll get you a date. I'll get you some D&D. We'll figure that out. Okay. We'll get you banged out once a week. I find you somebody just to shut you up. But she was always like super, crying and lonely. And we were like, girl, we ain't got time for you. So my goat and my centaur, we tried to kill her. We were like, you little Cancer moon girl, you better get out of here. Nobody got time for you and your emotions and your whining and your crying and your, I want love. Like, what do you mean you want love? We'll get you, what do you need love for? You need another degree. And we just tried to, we took her, we like, you got to get out of here. So as I'm reading my sign, and I'm thinking to myself, like, why am I stuck? Like, why am I not where I want to be? And so, in my life, and I see that my Cancer moon, because the moon is what really messed me up. I was all psyched up on my Sagittarius. So my moon is like all the way over here, and my sun is all the way over here. So my moon and my sun, they're pulling against each other, right? Because my Cancer moon, she's sensitive and she's shy and she's emotional. And then I got my Sag fire. We're like out here, we're just like, this is my face to the world. This is my earth suit, my Sag, and my goat, we like, girl, we got time for you and your emotions and your need for security and commitment and love and all of that crap. So, as I learned about my moon sign, because your moon sign actually determines your emotional state, your mental state, your thinking patterns, okay? It's your connection to your higher self and your soul. It is a part of you that is truest, that's connected to your truest dreams and goals. And you cannot manifest anything in this life without the assistance of your truest and most sincere and authentic emotions, like who you really are. So the way to think of your moon sign is who you really are. Your earth suit, like my Sag, that's your face that you put onto the world. That's like your uniform, your earth suit, right? So your soul would be like what's inside of you. And your ego, what way I could think of, like being a Capricorn, that's like the how I operate. Like, to me, it's like how I organize information, the sun, it's like the big picture of who I am, So, okay. So you have this one face that, I relate to my sun sign, but my moon sign, I never knew I was a Cancer moon until, like I said, 4 days ago. And then I saw that it was pulling against my sun sign and it's pulling against my rising. My Sagittarius rising, so I'm pulled in all these different directions. My Sagittarius rising is fire. My Capricorn sun is, she is earth. And then my Cancer and moon is water, because First of all, the moon is actually ruled by Cancer. So Cancer is at home in moon, and it's like a double dose of being nurturing and like wanting to cook for people. They say, they want to cook for people they love. They have all this love inside them. They want to protect. It's like they're not happy unless they are feeling loved. And they said that you're not loved until you're loved by a Cancer moon. And it's like the most tender sign because, all the emotions. And I was like, child, I see why we lock you in the basement. You know what I'm saying? That's why my gold and my centaur, that's why we locked you up. We had time for this. So, anyway. So, I'm looking at my chart. I'm reading all these details. It's telling me that I'm too preachy and that I talk down to people. And I'm like, no. I would never do that, I even read that I had an affinity, like with something with Mercury in my 7th house, which has to do with your relationships, that I have an affinity like this for voices. Like if a person has a voice that I like, it drives me insane. And I'm like, I'm crazy about them. Like that it does it for me. That explains Barry White. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my God, I'm looking at Cassandra at a whole nother level, in a whole nother way. So I'm like, but we still need to talk about my money, like where my money be at, So anyway, after reading about 100 pages of my natal chart from several different sites, I find out that nothing is going to grow and expand and prosper in my life unless I call her my Cancer Moon girl, but she says she wants to be called Cancer Moon Goddess. She's always correcting me. My Cancer Moon Goddess, she controls all of that. So I realized that the reason my life has been out of order is because my Cancer Moon Goddess, which is because she is who I really am when nobody's looking. She is like the heart of me. She is like the soul of me. I have abused her, y'all. Me and my goat and my centaur, we did. We tied her up. We said, girl, we ain't got time for you and your emotions. But anyway, so I found out that the Cancers are really good with money, but they have to feel secure. They have to feel protected. They have to feel safe. They have to feel nourished. They have to feel love. They want to give love and they want to receive love. And I was like, dang, girl, I didn't put you in all these situations. Right, I done put you in all these situations where you have been so, like, I was getting you some things, but I wasn't getting you like the security, and I wasn't getting you commitment, and I didn't know you really needed that, because even though if I thought those things, I thought it was beneath me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a Capricorn. Look, whenever my little Cancer Moon Goddess, sometimes I would hear her cry a little bit. I would say, look, girl, I'm gonna get in here. We gonna take you on a trip. Like, girl, please, like, can you get over this? I'm gonna get you a degree. How about another book? I've been like trying to appease her for a long time. So, but what happened is, I'm like almost 60, y'all. Like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, God. So I burned a bay leaf. I told you this video is all over the place. I burned a bay leaf a few days ago. And I said, God, I just really want to understand myself. I want to know who I am. I want to know how I operate. I want to make sure I don't make the same mistakes. I want to make sure that before I leave this planet, that I'm able to make my dreams come true. Like, I'm able to work hard. And I just don't understand, why my life is not clicking in the way that I just feel like I should be much farther along. Like, please, God, just tell me, who am I? How can I better myself? And this is when I start unraveling, all of this stuff about my birth chart, and realizing that the part of me that I had shoved in the basement, that I had bullied and put aside and ignored, that she is the key to me flourishing. Because, well, one, I love magic. And if you've watched anything on my channel before, child, you know I love magic, and I love the gallery of magic. I have a lot of magic books, and a lot of the rituals in the books, you're supposed to tap into your emotions, because they say angels, they respond to your emotions. They match your emotions. So for a lot of the rituals, they'll say, imagine yourself feeling this way. So the angels, what they'll do is they'll create that, to bring that thing to you. They would have to create that feeling to you, that emotion to you. And emotions put things in motion, right? So with me having my Cancer moon baby in the basement, you know, okay, Cancer moon goddess in the basement, I have been detached really from my emotions about what's important to me, what I really want. I mean, I've noticed she's been coming upstairs, and we've been trying to push her back down there. But so the emotions, like everybody's moon sign is different. So I'm just saying, for me, your moon sign, you have to have your moon sign. And I usually don't like to say the word have to, but in order for you to really get all the things you want in life, you remember your moon is your connection to your soul, your emotions, your true emotions, not what the world think you should have, but who you really want. Because you can put on your face and just say, well, but it's like you can't trick your moon sign into liking a job that it's not suited for. But you may be able to trick your sun sign, because your sun is about the world, but your moon is about the real you. Okay, the way you, like I said, the way you think, your mental process, like your real feelings, child. So imagine being disconnected from your real feelings, right? So even when you do magical rituals, you need the motion, of your real emotions to bring about your dreams to come true. Like if you do any type of visualization, it's the emotions that bring it to fruition. Now, if you're disconnected from your emotions, from what you really want, because you're ashamed of what you really want, or you're disconnected from it, can you see how you're not going to manifest it? So basically, my Cancer moon goddess, child, she had a tsunami. How do you pronounce that word? A rainstorm. Okay, a massive rainstorm, where my Sagittarius is ruled by fire. She put the fire out. She took my little goat. You know how goats like to climb up the mountain? It was a mudslide, child. So my goat is sliding down the mountain. She said, baby, you ain't going up the mountain. She told my centaur, I don't know where you think you going. You have no fire. You ain't going nowhere. So basically, this has been the upheaval in my life. So I told my little moon goddess, yes, my little Cancer moon goddess, that I promised her I would take care of her from now on. She needs to sew. She needs to write. She needs pedicures. She needs like girl time. And she says, I need you to love me, Cassandra. She doesn't want to get banged out. You know, she wants security. She wants to be loved, and she wants to feel safe. And I was just like, okay, baby, mommy gonna take care of you. So anyway, go on your child, go find out what time you were born. Find your moon sign, find your ascendant sign, and you already know your sun sign. Most people, whether you believe in it, I don't care if people say about astrology, there's order in the universe. I tell people, listen, your brain is not in your feet. Your heart is not in your arm. You know what I mean? Like the sun does not rise from the south. There's order to who we are, you know, our mission, why we are here. I mean, I'm not going to try to convince somebody. That's one of my flaws, by the way. It said one of my flaws is I'm preachy, and I'm always trying to get somebody to agree with me, and I'm just going to work on that, okay? So all I'm saying is, before you get in I feel like if you're going to be in a relationship, you don't need his credit score. You don't even need his criminal background. Find out his natal chart. Like, you want to find out what his moon sign, ascendant, because it would tell you even about, your 7th house, about the relationship, what you need to feel loved in a relationship. There are even like charts that can tell you, you can put your birth, your birth date, and whoever your love interest is, you can put their birth date to see if you're even compatible. So anyway, I just wanted to share this story with somebody, because now I understand that my Cancer moon goddess, the girl that I had stuffed away in the basement, the one who I had ignored, the one who I let, get trampled on, child. I did. Me and my goat and my centaur, we have to like include her in our decision making now. We can't stuff her in the basement. We can't pretend that her need for, security we're not going to ignore it anymore, because I know that for me to take, and it doesn't mean that, let me just finish that sentence. In order for me to take my life to the next level, I know that I cannot be disconnected from my real emotions. I can't pretend that, oh, okay, all I want is D&D. And then you can figure that out. So I feel like I understand now that in order for me to get where I want to go, she doesn't have to be like, like she's not married or in a commitment. No, but I can't let her be abused. I can't. She's not looking for something frivolous. She doesn't thrive. She doesn't survive. She doesn't flourish. She doesn't grow. She doesn't expand unless she feels safe and secure. Those are the needs. This is when she blossoms. She blossoms when she feels protected and secure. And I realized that that's something that I really have, I had let her down. So, child, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video. I was going to say if you like more videos like this, but this channel is all over the place. I really hope this video helps someone. Thank you so much for watching. And I look forward to seeing you, darling, in the next video.